Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over a coin called ICP because somebody said something to me about this yesterday. Said, "Hey Greg, is that bearish?" I was like, "I don't think so, guys. I don't think it's bearish, but I'm going to go over this. Let you guys know that you're not missing much. You know, you can still get into that. Okay, I'll show you how, or give you some ideas, I should say. Not financial advice. If you just land here, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Be really, really appreciated. Help brother grow his little YouTube channel out, and obviously, you know that it's not going to grow very much. Contrary, if you're bullish, man, you're like out of your mind, right? So here's the deal with GBTC. The reason I'm showing you guys this is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. All they have in their portfolios, Bitcoin. This goes up, Bitcoin goes up. Kind of like MicroStrategy. You see MicroStrategy doing a moonshot and GBTC doing a moonshot, and Bitcoin hasn't yet. Well, you can probably be sure sometime in the near future, Bitcoin is going to follow right behind. So here's the deal with it, guys. I want to show you something. This to me, I think, is one of the keys whether Bitcoin is going to be blasting up into a fifth wave or it's going to go up into a wave, top out, and then come back down for a correction. This right here, okay? It's right here in the RSI. You see this wave that went up right here, okay? This is a wave one. Actually ended right there, wave one. Boom, and came down a three-wave move, came back over here, boom, came all the way down. And now you have this wave sequence that's way up here, but the RSI is way down here, guys, okay? Now, I know you're going to have some, they're going to say, oh, look at that bearish divergence. This is bearish divergence here, and then this took it out, okay? More than likely, guys. So if this completes a wave sequence over here, I'm still waiting for this to play out because I think it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's got another one back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say it gets up to my target of like $20 and about 20 bucks, right? And it's up here like so. So it came down pretty good. If it can make a move up there, just like this, right? It's going to make a move up there like that. And you probably have some bearish divergence up there on this wave. If this wave, okay, you have this wave right here. You have a 1, 2, and you have another 1, 2, okay? That's important because if this 1, 2, 1, 2, then if you go to the weekly chart over here, that means Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going to go up here to 48.50 bucks. And when it was up here is when Bitcoin was more or less about 69,000, 69K. Okay. So I just want to put that there, show that guys too. Now, if it takes it out, that'll be a third wave, and the target's probably going to be a little bit lower than that. That's the alternative. Okay. On the daily chart. You come back over here. I'll show you guys here. Let me remove this. It's how you find third waves, guys. The third wave peak is going to take out the first wave peak, okay, on the RSI. So the highest peak is the third wave. So if this makes this wave sequence and it comes back down and it busts that, just like so over there, that's your third wave, okay? Your third of your third. It still has a fifth wave to do. All right, ICP. ICP, this is a wave one, in my opinion, guys, and it came down in a wave two. That's what people were asking me about. That was a three-wave move. I had mentioned that I think it was whenever this happened in March. Yeah, back in March. I said, guys, that was a three-wave move, okay? The reason you see how it came down in the 8-hour chart? Right there's your connector, and it came back down. It was A, B, C. It's a three-wave move. It was a serious sell-off. So you see it went up into this wave right here, B wave, and then a fifth wave, and it's just sold off. Everybody took their profits and went straight down. It did a three-wave crash. I'll show you an example of that, okay? Sometimes people say it's a fifth wave. If you go to, I think what was it? I'll show it to you guys an example of that. You got to pay attention to these sometimes, okay? I'll go to Dow Jones Industrial, go to a weekly chart, I think. Weekly chart, okay? We'll go to the crash over here. You see this weekly chart. Crash, crash, crash. Where does it go? Yeah, you see that? That right there looks like a five-wave move, doesn't it? From 1929 to 1932. Look at that. Boom. That's a three-wave move. A, B, C. Okay? ICP on a smaller scale did the same thing, guys. Same thing over here on ICP. So let me go back to ICP for you. ICP did the same thing. Go back to a daily chart. Okay. ICP did the same thing right there, guys. That's why I had those targets set up in this area right there on that box. I just said, look, here's the deal. $4.75. If it doesn't break that low, it's going to rip out of there. So now I think it's coming up to resistance, but that's okay. This is going to be 1, 2. This is obviously a third wave. Okay. So ICP is just going to be in this wave pattern right here. 1, 2, 3, probably a 4, and then up for a 5. It'll break that. You want to see it break that resistance right there, which more than likely will. Okay. So ICP is just setting itself up. It's just setting itself up. Okay. And then you got another 2 back here. That'll be 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So then it's just setting itself up into a 1, 2, 1, 2 wave sequence. And then somewhere over here, ICP is going to do a ripper. Okay. It's going to do a ripper. Could it start right now? It could. It could. So that's why you want to get an ICP in this area and this area, you know, to eliminate the hassle right now of trying to enter into it now, guys. So, so that's a 3-wave move. I'll show you here on the 8-hour chart. You got to check your RSI on these wave sequences, right? So what's the deal with the 5-wave move? Let me clear this up for you guys. I'll show you a 5-wave move, right? Here we go. You see, no divergence. No divergence right there on that move. No divergence. You got divergence right there, but that's the C wave. This is the A wave, and you got a connector wave right there. Okay? So I'll show you guys a 5-wave move right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You guys want to do this is important. This is important for these waves, guys. Which wave has the most momentum? Third wave, going up and going down. Okay, going up. So third wave right here. So in the RSI, you got wave 1, 2, 3, and 4 come back up, right? And then where's the 5 go? Right there. And you have divergence. This one doesn't have it. It's because it's 3-wave. It's 3-wave. A, B, C. Okay. So that's how you gotta sussle. You gotta use the RSI with your waves, guys. Okay. Elliott waves is just a guide, man. You usually don't trade them unless you see a really nice setup. Okay. You got to see a nice setup. Okay. Like this. This is where they're good for. This is what they're good for. 1, 2, right there. See? And then you get into that. Okay. Very difficult to find the bottoms with them. But then you're going to see another wave pattern. You want to see another 1, 2 over here, right? So you got a 1, 2, and then somewhere along the lines with ICP, you got 1, 2. Here's a 3, 4, and then a 5, right? And then this could be another one back here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, maybe a 4, and then back up for a 5, right? So then you got these wave patterns going to work itself out, right? So you got another 1. This 2 might come a little bit deeper, probably that 4th wave right there. That's probably an area you want to enter right here. Okay, right here. Just like that. This area right here is probably a better area to enter. You could do it over here, you know, get a little bit, you know. So, and then you got this whole wave sequence over here. Right? 1, 2, and then, you know, it's going into that 3. So sometime in the future, ICP is going to do a moonshot, guys. You know, you got to look at it like, too, the overall picture and not so much the wave. So let me take all these waves off, right? You look at ICP. Why is it doing all this? Well, I'll tell you why it's doing all this. It's because look at this. Look at this. You see? Look at it. I had to go through all that. And now, you know, everybody's apprehensive and it's got to build its base up. Okay? It's got to build its base up. So what you got, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then eventually somewhere down the road, boom, it'll get up there. I still think it's got targets in this area sometime here, guys. 14, 18. Okay? It's giving good signals, though. It's giving good signals. Let me go into a candle. It's giving good signals right here. These are good signals. Somebody's digging ICP. I don't know if it's whales or somebody's digging it is because of this. You see, that's a FOMO 5th wave. So if I go to a 6-hour, let me go to a 4-hour chart. I'll show you guys how that worked out right here. So you got a FOMO. So you got wave 1, 2, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your B, and then look, FOMO 5th wave, and it sold off. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. Once this FOMO is over here, those guys are going to sell off, and you got another strong wave over here. So it's setting up to make moves. It's setting up to make moves. So your best bet with an asset like this is you should have got it down here. Okay, I made a mistake. I said the bottom was over here. It wasn't, and it came through all this. And this isn't too bad. It's just the time that it took. It was just, this was arduous. This was arduous stuff right here, guys. You see that? Look at that. 139 days just to go through all that mess. But now you're over here, and there'll be some setups over here for ICP, guys. But ICP is going to hit a logarithmic Fibonacci levels, and you should be looking sometime in the future of that area right there, 20 bucks. 20 bucks for ICP, and depending on how bullish it gets, you could look at numbers higher than that. My trading view is locking up a little bit, guys. Just be patient with me. It's locking up. There we go, locking up. And those areas right there, guys, it's going to hit logarithmic numbers, and then you can have more numbers higher and up there. Depends on how bullish the cryptocurrency market gets out of here, guys, but that's realistic. That 1-to-1 too, that $11.20, you want to pay attention to that. Make sure this doesn't do an ABC. So you could have to check out what's going on in this area. It's going to stop right there. Okay. That's what the markets do. They always test you. They test you going down, making you think it's going to go boom. And then they test you going up, making you think oh, there it is. It's at that 1-to-1, and it's just an ABC. Let me exit out, and you exit and it goes up, So that's why you got to pay attention to it, have a strategy and stuff like that. I think it's going into a third wave personally. Just looking at these waves, guys, somebody likes ICP. That's what these waves are telling me, especially this FOMO fifth wave right here. That wave right there, and you're going to have another one over here. So you're going to know you're going to need a exit strategy with ICP, because it's probably going to happen again. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. Like I said, it's coming up for resistance, and on a pullback up here, it'll probably be fourth wave, and then you could, if you want to get in there, get an idea. Just it's probably going to be a pretty shallow correction. You got to go off the third wave right here, guys. If that's the peak, your 236 and your 382 is the areas I'd be looking for on something like that, guys. Back down to there if that's the peak, and it very well could be. But there could be a lot of waves in there. Just to give you an idea, you take the length of the third wave, and then it's 236 to 382. You can take it off log on a retrace too, guys, and check it and just get that box target right in that area, guys. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good so far, so good with ICP. It goes along with Ethereum too. If you think about that, Ethereum is pretty bullish, right? So Ethereum could be in some 1-2s. And so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the same thing as Ethereum if you think about that, guys, right? You think about this right now, it's pretty much the same as Ethereum. And if I go through the waves, here's Ethereum, there's 1, 2, it's in a 3, 4, 5, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And it'll be a correction, maybe it's back down to the box area. Okay. There'll be a previous fourth wave, and then it's going into a 3 of a 3. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your 2. And then another 1, 2, and then boom. So just taking some time to set up, guys. It's a 1, 2, 1, 2 wave sequence. And, sometimes it gets confusing in that area. So I showed an example of that, how that happens. Okay. Let's go to the S&P 500. I'll show you right here, S&P 500, right? Show you on the S&P 500, go to, let's say a weekly chart. S&P 500 coming out of the, this crash area. Right, this crash area right here, it came back up into a wave. 1, 2, 1, 2 right here. You see 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me put on a daily chart, see if I can mess that a little bit better. Okay, where it came out of this area back in the that crash section. Where was it? Right in this area. So you can see 1, 2, and then people are here. So it's set up for 1, 2, 1, 2, just like so. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you see it's kind of like sideways. And then you're over in this area, and boom, it gets into that 3. Just as an example, illustrative example to show you guys something. Kind of like GBTC over here. GBTC could be doing the same thing, right? What I was just showing you, except it's a little bit more bullish. It's a little bit more bullish in my opinion, but 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's setting itself up. But with this one, obviously you missed most of it. You missed a lot of it from $7, and it's already at 18. This already went up really, 140%, guys. GBTC is that 100? That's good. That's pretty darn good. That's more than Bitcoin, guys. Let me see here. Right now it's at 111, and it hit a peak of 137% on GBTC already. So there you go. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.